What's up, guys? So, for me, Christmas was terrible. For me, Christmas this year was a complete and utter disaster. And it's due to a couple of reasons. Um, Reason one was my family did not have money at all. So, guess what? Nobody got Christmas gifts, nobody got anything, and we barely had enough food, all right? And that rivals any of the other issues that was happened on this day. But I I could tell you all of this stuff, okay? And you know, I could tell you all this stuff and you guys could care and all that, but it you know, you guys will never truly care and understand until you reach that point. And thing is, there's a lot of people on Christmas who didn't have money or didn't have anything to you know didn't have anything to get on Christmas, or didn't have anything at all. There's a lot of people who, like me, who didn't have money to get anything on Christmas. So for me, I had to be grateful for what I had, which was nothing, but I had to be grateful for family. And you know, every single holiday there's always, arguing or something like that. So my family got nothing, I got nothing, and I see these people posting on their social medias about them getting Christmas gifts and all that. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, that's great and all, but what about the people who didn't have an opportunity to get anything for Christmas, or families who couldn't afford to get their kids Christmas gifts? And I asked a couple people this, and they didn't say, "Oh, well, I feel bad for them," and stuff like that. They didn't really care, and that shows a lot for what the youth of today is. Most of us just don't care, don't have that type of feeling for the people who are not privileged. The privileged people don't really care about the people who don't have certain things to live, don't have a home, the homeless people. Privileged people don't care about any of those things. They just don't. And they can tell you they do, but they just don't, because they'll listen to what you say, but what you say to them will go in one, it'll go in one ear and it'll come out the other. They just don't care, and that's the moral of the story. That's that. But to the people who do care and do have sympathy for people, I really thank you. But there had to be tons of people who didn't get Christmas gifts for their children or couldn't afford it. My mom, she was devastated at the fact that she couldn't get Christmas gifts because she had money in her account, okay? And the day before she went to go get Christmas gifts, she looked into her account because we had gotten one thing, and for whatever reason, the computer glitched in the banking system, and she lost all of the money. And the bank would not recognize that to be their problem. They recognized it to be one of our problems and said that we spent it all. But we only spent $83, and there was a whole $800 there. So, speaking of that, and on this topic, that is why I didn't get anything. That's why nobody in my house got anything. That is why we don't have any money. And I explained that in the video that I originally posted on Christmas. And it was a video about me talking about my breakups and stuff like that. Now, I could have kept it up, but I decided to take it down because it just made the situation between me and the person that I was with worse in the long run. Now, I never wanted to take it down, but I told them, you know, until we start to resolve this, I'm going to keep it up. And then ultimately I took it down because I said, she's not going to resolve any of this with me. There's still going to be a long lasting problem. So I might as well take it down. But that's not going to solve the problem. That never solved the problem. So with that not solving the problem, and with me being upset as I am, you know, crying every other day because of, you know, not having money, situation with the relationship that I was in, how that ended terribly, you know, her hooking up with two guys a week to 2 weeks after we broke up. You know, where's the loyalty? Where's the, you know, the compassion? There's nothing there. And this is what I said in the video, and I got really mad, and I said, you know, if she is watching this video, I don't want you to talk to me. I don't want you to look at me. I don't want you to walk in front of my house. I don't want you to talk to me at all. And if you do, I'd like it to start with an apology. And she texted me afterward, and it didn't start with an apology, but I still talked to her. And I want to resolve things, but it just keeps getting worse. And I left my advice in that video for other guys like me who have been in that same situation or have been in situations like that. And, you know, I took the video down. So regardless of me taking the video down, I still feel terrible about the whole situation that happened with me and her. And this is kind of like a vlog, boxing and football channel, and just me talking about whatever on my YouTube channel. So if I'm going to talk about stuff like that, as well as stuff that I already talk about, I want to not have to worry about deleting it or not have to worry about this and that. And I can always re-upload it because I still have the footage. So if you guys ever wanted me to re-upload it, I could. But for the people who saw the video and truly cared and watched it right away, you guys know what happened. You guys know the whole thing. And I did have to expose that said person because of what they did. They were not a good person whatsoever, and they know what they did. They know what they did was wrong, and they don't want to admit it. The one thing that I hate in this world is people knowing that they do something wrong and they don't want to admit what they did was wrong, you know? I got into an argument a couple days ago with people in my family, and I said, hey, you know, what I did was wrong. I overreacted. I was wrong. But the way that you overreacted, you know, wasn't right either. And the person could not admit that they were wrong, okay? This is some of the same stuff. And, you know, the person texted me after this with such type of vicious intent on you know, trying to say, oh, what's your video about? Why did you upload this? And I guess they thought that I wasn't going to upload that because apparently it would make them look bad, which they already knew that I was telling my friends, and I'm pretty sure they thought that I was going to tell my friends, because why would I not? You know, my friends are my friends, and they deserve to know what's going on in my life. And that's one thing that I trusted my friends with in my personal life, to tell, you know, to not to tell other people, but to keep it to themselves and talk to me about it. And my friends did a pretty good job of you know, helping me, talking me through it, talking to me about it, you know, being oh so sympathetic. And it was nice. But I really don't understand where this person's head is at. And this is part of the reason why my Christmas was terrible. You know, I saw her mom posting on Snapchat about her opening Christmas gifts and all that stuff. That's great and all, but that just further, you know, worsens my feeling, not one about this holiday, but two about that individual person. I'm sitting there, you know, supposed to have a good time on Christmas and watch Christmas movies and drink eggnog and watch the football game that was on, but I can't even do that because I'm sitting in, you know, in my squalor, you know, thinking about the whole situation and why it was so screwed up. Whereas, you know, if the situation went any differently, I wouldn't have to think about that. And I could have spent Christmas with her, which is kind of what I wanted to do. You know, there hasn't been one single Christmas where I've spent it with anybody else besides my family. You know, like a loved one, like that's not in the family, a friend or a girlfriend or anybody else in a relationship. I've never done that. And that's what I was trying to do this year. And I cared for her a lot, all right? And she might have not, you know. I don't know. I'd love to find out, but chances are she didn't care for me as much as I did. But maybe it's my fault that I'm getting way too attached. Maybe it's my fault that I'm talking about my personal problems on here. It might be a combination of all of that, but I don't even know what to say anymore. You know, I just don't. So that is why my Christmas was really bad. And not to mention, I broke three of my toes and the whole left side of my foot. So I've been walking around with a broken foot, and it hasn't been good. It hurts every time I walk. It hurts everywhere I walk, and I broke it while sledding. And yeah, so that's how messed up my Christmas was. Tell me how great your guys' was, because everybody else had a better Christmas than me. Everybody else did. Nobody has money, you know, because of the whole pandemic. But then you got the people who are showboating what they got and this and that. Like, nobody really cares, like I said before. So that's why my Christmas was terrible. I hope the next video that I put out is not in such dark spirits. And yeah. And I just finished working on the script for the movie that I'm trying to make, and I'm trying to get together a whole bunch of people to make it with me and go out on like a month-long video shooting spree and just do that, you know what I mean? And the category I'm working on, there's two films. There's going to be a war film and there's going to be a Star Wars film. The Star Wars film, the script's already done. I just finished it earlier. Yeah. And I have an idea of what type of mood I want this movie to be in, what type of shots I want it to be in. People don't know this about me. A lot of people don't know this about me. I was a theater kid from all the way from when I was in kindergarten until fourth or fifth grade, somewhere around there. So yeah, so that is why I have an interest in filmmaking. That's why I have an interest in acting, and that's why, you know, I am a good actor sometimes. I make people believe me, and I can get away with lying, but I'm not saying I lie, because I don't. You know, I'm trying to, at this stage of my life, when I'm in high school, I'm trying to rid the liars. I'm trying to get rid of the liars and the bad people out of my life, because I don't need those people. And you know, it's been like 3 weeks now, I'd say, and I'm trying to move on in my life from the relationship. I've been talking to this wonderful, wonderful, sweet girl. Her name is Morgan, and I've been talking to Morgan for a while. You know, just as friends. She's friends with my friends, and she's really beautiful and, you know, kind and everything, and she's interested in what I'm interested in. So, you know, if that pans out well, I'll let you guys know. But I hope it does, because I do deserve better, and a whole bunch of people think I deserve better than what I got before. And one of my friends called her like a 4, and this kid doesn't even have a girlfriend, or he's not even trying. He's like, oh, she's a 4, you can do better. And I'm like, what? Oh, you're one to talk with. At least I'm trying. So yeah, that's gonna end it. To the people who do listen to my videos and did listen to this, I thank you. I love the support, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.